If you guys want to win a copy of FIFA 18 on any console of your choice, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel, turning on notifications. Do those 4 things, that'll enter you into the giveaway, and I'll be announcing the winner shortly before the release of FIFA 18 in September. Best of luck, and let's go on into the video. Hey guys, QUICKFIRE here, and welcome to the very first episode of a brand new series on my channel. Now, with FIFA 17 kind of dying off right now and FIFA 18 just around the corner, I thought it's the perfect time to rejuvenate my content with a brand new series on the channel. Now, this series is going to incorporate both squad building and other YouTubers, so be sure to comment down below which YouTubers you'd like to see in future episodes, and I'll try and get them on for some of the episodes in this series. Now, this series is going to be called QUICKFIRE Squad Builder. Now, for those of you who are new around here, you won't have heard of that before, but if you're a very, very long-term subscriber, and I'm talking before I had 1,000 subscribers back on FIFA 15, you may remember this.
Hey guys, QUICKFIRE here, and welcome to a brand new series on my channel, and this series is going to be called QUICKFIRE Squad.
So as you guys can tell just by the pitch of my voice, I've had this series idea for quite some time, over 2 years to be precise. Back on FIFA 15 was when I started it, but back then I only did 2 episodes of the series, and I didn't do any on FIFA 16. The series just disappeared, so it had never started. But on FIFA 17, I know we're nearing the end, we've got a few months left of the game before it dies off completely. I thought it would be a good time to bring the series back, because right now there's not too much new content at all on the game. I know the MLS Team of the Season just came out, but apart from that, there's nothing really to do on Ultimate Team. So I thought it was a good time to bring a series out, and this is one that I'd want to do for quite some time. It suits my type of series on my channel. I like to do squad builders. You guys see a lot of those on my channel. I have a few squad building series, and I thought this one here, incorporating other YouTubers, would be a really good idea, and would be something new to my channel that hopefully you guys are going to enjoy. The basic rules of this series are very, very simple. I've got 5 minutes to build a squad around 2 players. That squad has to feature at least 3 leagues and 3 nations. Now, the 2 players in each episode, one of them is going to be selected by you guys, so you can leave comments down below on this video with who you'd like to see in the next episode, and the second player is going to be selected by the person I'm coming up against in each episode, so against another YouTuber. The other YouTuber is going to be able to select the player and choose a player that I'd like and that they'd like to use and build a squad around. Now, if it's just me doing the squad on my own, I'll obviously pick that player because I won't have another YouTuber, and I'll just pick a player maybe that's come out of a recent Squad Builder challenge, maybe one of the new footies cards, for example, or I'll just pick a card that I've wanted to try out and maybe really haven't had a chance to use, and then the other player is obviously going to be selected by you guys. In each episode, the formations we use are going to be selected completely random for both myself and the YouTuber I'm coming up against. We'll just scroll through the formations, and the other person will tell us when to stop, and that's going to give us the formation we use. So we're going to be using a lot of different formations, some of which I'll never have used before, and it'll be quite complicated to build squads around. And also, every single player has to be on at least 9 or 10 chemistry, as is the norm throughout pretty much any squad building series on YouTube. And in my episodes where it's just myself on my own without another YouTuber, I'm going to try and make those squads no links wasted. For those of you who don't know what that means, it just means the squad's a little bit more creative and can be a little bit more challenging to build, as every single player needs to have exactly the right amount of links to get them full chemistry, no more and no less. So that's just something to make those squads an extra little bit challenging and an extra little bit more creative when I'm completing them on my own. But when I'm just doing it with other YouTubers, it's just going to be a standard hybrid and just trying to get every single player on full chemistry with those 3 leagues and 3 nations included. Now, obviously 5 minutes is a very short amount of time to be able to build a full squad of 11 players in a random formation whilst getting them all on full chemistry and completing all of the league and nation requirements needed for the series. Now, if you're not able to fully build your team, let's say for example you run out of time when you're trying to fill your goalkeeper in, you just get up to goal, you've got 10 players left but you haven't ended up putting the goalkeeper in, you're going to have to put in the lowest possible rated player on the game who gets full chemistry. So let's say you had Gerard Piqué and Sergio Ramos at centre back, and you needed a La Liga keeper in goal to just fully do your team and get all the chemistry. Let's say you wanted to go with Ter Stegen, but you run out of time before you can put him in. You're going to have to go with the lowest rated La Liga Santander goalkeeper on the game, and that's just going to mean you're really going to have to get your team done on time, because when I play with another YouTuber, we're then going to play a game afterwards with the 2 teams we've built, and you don't want to come up against another YouTuber with a random bronze player when you could have potentially had a much better player had you obviously completed your team on time. And if I'm not coming up against another YouTuber, if I'm not joined by someone else, I'm just going to go into a random game online, into a seasons match with the team I've built, so we can see just how well it plays. So with all those rules out of the way, it's time to reveal the 2 players I'm going to be building the very first QUICKFIRE squad of FIFA 17 around. Now, these 2 players are quite relevant right now. One is currently in SBC, one is currently in the MLS Team of the Season. Obviously, I haven't done a previous episode so far on FIFA 17, so I haven't had any comments to suggest any players, but obviously in future, you guys will be suggesting suggesting a player I use in the series, and obviously I'm not doing it with another YouTuber, so there's no one else to pick it. So for this episode only, I'm going to be picking both the players. The first is Team of the Season, Giovanni dos Santos. Not yet used him, but he has over 90 for shooting, pace and dribbling, and 4-star skills, so he looks pretty decent. And the next player is a player I have used. He's currently available in an SBC, that's where I unlocked him from a couple of days ago, and it's 90 rated David LUIZ, a very, very good player. So what I'm going to do is get both of them in the squad. We're going to hold LT, and we're just going to randomly select a formation. Whilst that's happening, I'm going to go onto my phone, and I've got a timer set up. So 3, 2, 1, not going to look. What have we got? We've got the 4-3-3-4. That is a very, very good formation. I've picked that completely randomly, and we've ended up getting a very, very easy formation to build hybrids around. But I'm going to try and get a good hybrid, going to try and get plenty of leagues in there. I reckon I can get at least 4 or 5 in, hopefully, and try and hopefully fit in some different players, fit in some special cards, all that good stuff there. As always, leave any suggestions down below, any improvements potentially for the series in the comments down below, and I can potentially implement them in future episodes, as this is just the first episode, so I'm sure you guys will have some good ideas. But as you guys can hopefully see, if my phone's going to focus, okay, there we go, I think it's focused, my screen's covered in fingerprints. We're going to press start right there, there we go, 5 minutes to go. So what I'm going to do is look up LA Galaxy players, because that's going to be the tricky bit. He's Mexican and he plays for LA Galaxy. So who plays for LA Galaxy? Attacking midfielders. There's actually quite a few Team of the Season cards that I wouldn't mind using from that league, but I don't think any play for LA Galaxy. If we look at my club, Alessandrini, he has got an inform card which I have used. I think I may even have him in my club. Strikers, who do we have? What would be perfect? Why is it on low tide? Put it the other way. There we go. Dos Santos, Keane, Zardes actually got a very, very nice card. I do have to hurry up. I do not have much time. Centre mids. Dos Santos. I did not know he had transferred. That is his twin brother. I'm going to put him in the team just so we have the twins. That'll be cool. I know he's not a default attacking midfielder, but we can convert him there. And I'm going to try him there. I mean, he's got good dribbling. Like, he's more of a centre mid, but he gets that hyperlink, so now we can kind of do what we want. Now, I'm thinking right centre mid or left centre mid. Right, let's go left centre mid, and then left back. I've got an untradeable card in my club, how I use all the time, and that's going to be Alonso. So, going to go with him. Now, I want to try and make this team a no links wasted one. Doesn't really matter, but it just makes the team a little bit more creative. For those of you who don't know, it means every single player has exactly the right amount of links to give them full chemistry, no less and no more. So, looking through left wingers, we need a Brazilian one, and one comes to mind. That is Coutinho. I've not used Coutinho on this game, which is surprising. So we're going to go with him. And that now leaves me with a kind of option to do what I want. I can go with a hyperlink at the back and a goalkeeper, and then I can do exactly the same as I did on the left with those players on the right. So we've got 3 minutes to go. I'm just going to look in my club at what centre mids I have. So we've got all these guys. If we look at untradables, let's go to special. Ericsson. I've already got Premier League, so I don't really want to do that. El Shaarawy is a good shout. I could go with him. Kante, Fernandinho, lots of Premier League. Jensen, he's got a good card. I could go with Jensen, you know. I mean, it's a bit of a random one, but I think I might go with Jensen just to add something a bit different into the team. This isn't all about just building like the best teams. It's about building some cool teams. So, what league does he play in? This is probably going to be pretty tough. What league does this guy play in? I think it's the Tipalagian. Where is the Tipalagian? This is not the time for me to not be able to find what league someone plays in. I may regret picking this guy. At the back, I already know what I'm going to do, just because it's like the most used hyperlink on the game. Boateng, probably not on the game, but a very, very good one. Here we go. I'll go with Headland. I'll go with this special card or just his normal. We'll see. We'll see how many coins I've got. And then right back, I need to go back to the Tipalagian. How much time do I have left? I've got 2 minutes. I was scared there. I thought I was gonna go back and I'd have like 30 seconds. So in goal, I'm gonna go with a Bundesliga keeper, and then I'm gonna go with Neuer. And no, not Neuer. I'm gonna go with Boateng and Hummels as my centre backs. But where is the Tipalagian? Hurry up! Where is it? There, Tipalagian. How is that hard? Okay, so I want a Danish right back. Who is there? there's that guy. I really don't want to use him. Is he a special card? If he's an inform, I'll use him. He actually does have an inform card. He actually does have an inform. I may use that guy just because. Why not? Why not throw in a random side over there? We've got some cool players in. And then we're going to go with centre backs. So we're going to go with Hummels, who I've got in my club somewhere. We've got Hummels there. And then we're going to go with gold card, who is going to be. How much time do I have left now? Wow, I've got just under a minute to go. So I'm going to go with, actually, I can just go low to high. And somewhere I've got Boateng. So Boateng's in the team. And now I just need to get a Bundesliga keeper. I can leave everyone in concepts. I forgot to mention that earlier on. I can then go and buy them once the time is up. So they don't all have to be in. And to make it no links wasted, if I go with a player who gets weak links to those two centre-backs, it's going to make it all good. So I could go with Sommer. I could go with Radecki. I could go with I'll just go with, keep it a bit cheap because I don't want to overspend massively. We're going to go with Sommer, and everyone gets full chemistry. So the reason I'm using Jensen, by the way, is because I mean, look at his record. Centre mid, a lot of goals, a lot of assists. Really like using him. And then I just thought I'd try this guy out because he looks sick for a silver card. But there we go. We've got 10 seconds to go, and that's it. That is the team. I know Dos Santos may not be perfect there, but he gets the hyperlink, and I thought it would be cool to use kind of that brothers link there, getting the twins together, as he's just a transfer guy. Well, that is loud. Sorry for that. There we go. So time is done, and now all I need to do is go and buy these players. So that is the team. I've gone and bought all of the players now. Now I did kind of overpay. I paid 32,000 coins for a bronze right back, and it's not that common that you deliberately go with a bronze player in a squad building series, but I mean, he's got 75 physical, 78 pace, decent passing and dribbling, alright defending for bronze, but it's just something a bit different because I really wanted to try out this card again because I've not used him for ages. His team of the season card is sick, by the way. And then this card here, I've not used before, but look at those stats. 4-star skill moves, 82 base, 80 dribbling, 80 passing, 75 physical, 78 shooting for silver, and he's 6 for 1. He looks like the silver Ronaldo, really, but on the right-hand side. So we've got a pretty decent kind of right-hand side going on there, just something a bit different. Defence, we've got Boateng and Hummels, Sommer in goal, pretty solid there. Packboard Alonso, we've got David Luiz in there, we've got Coutinho, potentially could be going to Barca, but a new player I've not used before in the game. Dos Santos, we've got the twins linking up there in the middle. I think they're twins. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think they are. They look quite similar anyway. But if not, I think that Jonathan Dos Santos may be the younger brother. He's gone from Villarreal to LA Galaxy, though, a couple of weeks ago. But that is the team. I'm going to put some subs on, and we're going to get on into a game with it. Here we go. This is my opponent's team. He's got a Liga and Premier League, Bundesliga hybrid, so not something you see all the time. He's got Depravia up front, second inform version of him. He's got one to watch Krakowiak. Inform Pulisic, really like using that card. Inform Vos, I believe, at the back as well. Mustafi, Debussy, Karras, Guerrero, Rabiot. He's also got Lucas and Coman. Decent team. Hopefully we can get the win. Jensen plays the ball into Jonathan Dos Santos. I'm not sure. Is this the good Dos Santos or the bad Dos Santos? He's done quite well, whichever one it is. Coutinho swings in to Helland in the middle, and how did I not score that? I'm guessing that's the bad Dos Santos. Whoever Jonathan is. He's bad. Into Dos Santos, back through to Coutinho. He can turn the defender, but the defender wasn't where I thought he was when I turned him. Got the ball, David Luiz hits it from range. What a save by the keeper. What a save. We've tested the keeper a few times already. David Luiz plays it short now into Coutinho. He then flicks that on to Jensen at the top of the box, who plays it into Alonso, and the ball's given away. I've intercepted though. Jensen with a banger from range. What a shot. What a save. Jensen and David Luiz, those two have got some ridiculous long shots. If I get any of them on the ball outside the penalty area, I'm going for a shot. Jensen on the ball. I said I'd go for a shot. He bangs it, and it's in the back of the net. What a goal from Jensen. That makes just putting that bronze and silver card worth it in the team. Look at that for a goal. Jensen actually has such a good long shot. Ridiculous. Look at the power behind that. Just smashes that. Top bins. Keeper had no chance. Who's that in goal? Karras. He was getting nowhere near that. 1-0 already. And it's player of the month, player of the year. I'm not sure what version of that card is, but Mike Jensen puts it in. Pulisic on the ball outside the penalty area. He's giving it to Coman, who goes for the shot, and it's into the back of the net. And it was Coman. My opponent's had a lot of attacks. He's a good player. And in the end, yeah, it was that final killer pass from, I'm not sure who that was, but played Coman through. And it was an easy finish for him, 1-1. Dribbling from Helland all the way from kickoff. He's gone through the defence. Driven finish. What a save by the keeper, down low. It's into the back of the net, and I genuinely thought the ball had just gone out of play there. I just turned over to look at my computer because I thought the ball had gone out of play, and he scored a tap in. I didn't really know how to react to that. It's 2-1 out of the break. I've had more shots and more on target than my opponent. He has had slightly more possession, but I feel unlucky to not at least be level because, I mean, that second goal I really shouldn't have conceded. I thought it had gone out of play. Dos Santos turns the defender, plays it through the middle to his brother Dos Santos, and he chips the keeper, and it's in the back of the net. I thought that was going to go wide. It's Dos Santos into Dos Santos. Those brothers linking up. And there we go. Chips the keeper. I thought something was going to happen. It was going to bounce over, bounce wide, get cleared. But it's all good. It's in the back of the net. And we're all level 2-2. He's through and he puts it into the back of the net. And my defence was all over the place there. That was awful defending from me. Lucas just charges through into the back of the net. And we're 3-2 down. We're not in the lead again. And I mean, did we start off? Yeah, I think we started off, got into the lead, and since then it's gone downhill. Santos turns the defender, but he gets out-muscled right there. He gets out-muscled, and my opponent's now got the ball. Good defending from Hummels. Boateng's back there, intercepts. Can counter now. Dos Santos into Dos Santos, and he gets tackled. I just can't get that final ball through and get through on goal. Dos Santos plays it through the middle to Dos Santos. The brothers are linking up in literally every single attack, and he's turned the defender and he gets tackled. I just can't get the shot off, creating loads of chances but not actually getting many shots off at all. Swung into the middle, Alonso's back there, he wins the header into Dos Santos. It's going to be the last chance pretty much of the game now. That's a great ball from Dos Santos into Dos Santos, and he's out wide now. He's got the pace hopefully to beat Vot, and he's crossed it in. That's an awful cross right when I needed a good delivery. Right when I needed a perfect delivery into the box. I can't quite get it, and I'll miss the header. I've got maybe one last opportunity if I can play it right. Through the middle, Dos Santos, just sprint, turn the defender. I could actually score. Square that across, back post. How did that not go in? How? Who actually missed that? I want to see a replay of that. I mean, that was great dribbling by Dos Santos, but I think Giovanni Dos Santos, I squared it, and I think it was his brother who missed that. Wow. 3-2, that is how the game ends. I mean, look at the replay there. That shot from Jensen, not too bad at all. We opened the scoring, but it just kind of went downhill from there. Jensen actually picked up man of the match. Both Dos Santos's were pretty decent. Helland really didn't live up to the hype of being the silver Ronaldo, and David Luiz was actually the worst player for me by quite some way. He was actually worse than the bronze and the silver players, but there we go. 3-2 is the final score, and I just couldn't get that final shot off, or couldn't really get that final kind of opportunity in the penalty area, but I've created a fair few chances, but in the end I ended up losing the game. I think I probably went to my opponent as the deserved winner. But there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the very first episode on FIFA 17 at least of this new series on my channel. As said earlier on, leave any comments down below on any suggestions and improvements, and I may implement them into the second episode. Let me know which YouTuber you want to see in the next episode too. If you do want to be entered into the FIFA 18 giveaway, like, leave a comment, and also subscribe to my channel. And if you do want to get any cheap football shirts like the ones you can see somewhere in the background, then go over to myfootballfactory.com, links down below in the description. Use discount code E2 at checkout for 10% off. You can get some really cheap football shirts there. Hope you guys enjoy though, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.